Malaysia is a country that has a variety of interesting foods, especially dessert, or we call it as kuih muih. There are various types of traditional kuih muih that have taste, uniqueness and origins that come from the states in Malaysia. Let me bring you to see example of various traditional kuih muih in Malaysia. So, from the various type or dessert in Malaysia, we choose cake lapis Sarawak, or we can call as Sarawak layer cake, as a traditional dessert that should be tried by mobility students from Indonesia, Cambodia, Vietnam and China. This cake can be found almost everywhere in the state of Sarawak, Malaysia. Usually, Sarawak layer cake will be served on special occasions such as religious or cultural festivals such as Eid al-Fitr, Christmas, Deepawali, Gawai, birthday and weddings. Modern Sarawak layer cakes can be divided into two categories: regular layer cakes and patterned cakes, motif or shapes. All must have at least two colors. Wait, and before that, let me intro myself and my group members. I am Fatmisa binti Mahdi and these my few friends: Bibi Farhani binti Muhammad Ali, Alia Arina binti Aminuddin, Nurul Hasriza Munira binti Sahabil, Meli Syidatul Amira binti Mustamin, Nurul Atika Iswani binti Abdullah, our leader, Lais Anak Anggut, Hairi bin Muhammad Isa, Nur Farah Idriana binti Irwan, last but not least, Nurul Suraya binti Taib.
The uniqueness of Sarawak layer cakes. First is colorful and complicated. Sarawak layer cake is much more colorful and complicated, with its inner layers made vibrant with food coloring and natural extracts. Bakers in Sarawak also added their own spin on the cake's flavors, resulting in concoctions such as Cadbury layer cake and Oreo layer cake. Building these cakes requires a vivid imagination and almost mathematical mind for detail, and perhaps most importantly, a steady hand. Next, takes a long time to make Sarawak layers cakes. Making one Sarawak layer cake can take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. Depending on the complexity of the design, bakers must carefully cut up the cool cakes and reassemble them using jam or condensed milk as glue. The end result is a complex, vibrant pattern that appears when the cake is sliced. Lastly is the design. Sarawak layer cake can be expensive depending on the design and ingredients, with price sometimes reaching up to 250 ringgit, approximately $59 for a whole cake. The high cost of butter is a crucial ingredient in ensuring the cake's elusive silkiness, but also the intensive labor and time that goes into each one. Besides, the bakers need to think about the pattern and consider how any added ingredient would affect the design. Once bakers make a mistake, it won't turn out beautifully.
Next is innovations that have been made on Sarawak layer cake. Every trader and product operator wants to do some innovations in their products and business to prevent their customers from feeling bored with their products. Just like the Sarawak layer cake, innovations have been made on this cake after almost 31 years of production. As everyone knows, Sarawak layer cake was made in the early 1980s. At that time, Sarawak layer cake was known by various names such as Sarawak layer cake, modern Sarawak layer cake, Sarawak cake, or layer cake only. However, in 2011, the history of Sarawak layer cake was once again changed by a new generation from Sarawak with an innovative natural layer called cake lapis Calis. whereby introducing modern and traditional designs, and it is combined with new flavors inspired by artificial inspiration. Each layer is appealing with a variety of original flavors between original recipes and fashionable flavors. Among the characteristics of modern Sarawak layer cake can be divided into two categories, which is cakes with regular layers and cakes with patterns, motifs, or shapes where all must have at least two colors. Not only that, one of the innovations of Sarawak layer cake is when the Malaysian Agricultural Research and Development Institute (MARDI) Sarawak achieved in the field of research and innovation when a group of researchers succeed in producing healthy layer cake technology. The layer cake produced in terms of process is the same, only in terms of content is different because this technology does not require sugar, which is sugar cane, like making conventional layer cake, because the sweetener is used from the stevia plant. Therefore, the innovation of this layer cake is from the sugar content in its manufacture, and it's believed to be able to satisfy the taste of Sarawak layer cake lovers.
Okay, now is the turn to show you guys the video of making Sarawak layer cake. First thing first, we have to provide all the ingredients for making this cake for the first layer and the second layer. The ingredients of the first layer is 400 gm unsalted pearl butter, 450 gm custard sugar, 4 grade A eggs, 1 tablespoon of essence, 300 gm of wet flour, and last one is 80 gm of cocoa powder. For the second layer, we have 750 gm cheese cream, 170 gm custard sugar, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of essence vanilla. Next, we are going to show time to bake the cake. First of all, we have to do a preparation of Sarawak layer cake mixer. We have to do step by step. Okay, we are going to the first step. We have to put all the ingredients for the first layer and the second layer into the mixer. Second, be sure to wet and separate the dough into the several parts. And the third one, the first dough should be divided into 7 parts, and the second dough is divided into 6 parts. Next, we are continue to the way we made a cake. This is the important part, which is we have to make sure the cake will be baked very well. So we have to follow the step that are provided. For the first step, we have to preheat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius. Second, bake the first dough for the first layer. Third part was wait until the layer is slightly browned and add the second layer of batter. The fourth part is repeat the step until the all of dough has run out. The fifth one, lower the temperature so that the layer cook beautifully and brightly. And last but not least is cook the cake at a room temperature, wrap with a plastic wrap, and store in the refrigerator for minimum of 2 hours before cutting the cake. So finally, the cake is already cooked and it's ready to eat.
So you have the recipe on how to do it. Now it's time for you to try to do your first cake lapis Sarawak. You can replay this video and try and error. If you try this recipe and doesn't go well, this website mirrorcakehouse.com to buy your desired cake lapis Sarawak. Or if you're not interested dessert, don't worry, we have the link for you to explore more Malaysian dessert. So make sure check it out, and thank you for watching, and good luck on your journey to do your first Malaysian dessert.